Yes, we're back here for another great episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. Should be a lot of fun as always. Let's get this party started by talking about the Cleveland Guardians, because the Guardians are pretty good at what they do, sort of, not really. To begin the season, not really, but could be worse, could be the Oakland Athletics. It's that man's birthday right there, Shane Bieber. He leads the Guardians in wins with 4, ERA with 3.04, strikeouts with 49, and a whip of 1.23. And once again, it is his birthday. And all these stats are heading into yesterday's game. Jose Ramirez leads Cleveland with a 272 average. Stephen Kwan, 31 runs. Josh Naylor, 7 RBIs and 7 home runs and 32 RBIs. And Miles Straw with 10 swipes. And Emmanuel Clase leads the Guards with 17 saves. Series recaps. Why not? Guardians against the Cardinals. Guardians won 2-1 over the Cardinals. Ahmed Rosario had a bases clearing double in Game 1. And Emmanuel Clase almost had a blown save in Game 1, which could have been very disastrous. And then the Cardinals in Game 2 in a nationally televised game on Fox only had 2 hits and still won. Good Lord, they scored the winning run thanks to the lousy runner at second rule that nobody likes. I don't know why they have it. I think it's absolutely stupid, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, they had the runner at second, advanced to third and stolen base, and scored on a pass ball by David Fry. And man, oh man, that was frustrating to watch. What was not frustrating to watch was Jose Ramirez hitting a walk-off double in Game 3. And the Guardians against the Orioles, it's tied at 1, which is not shabby considering the fact that the Orioles are one of the best teams in the league right now. Kim Gallagher had 2 RBIs in Game 1. Logan Allen, 7 shutout innings in Game 1. He just pitched a dandy, to say the least. And then, of course, last night ultimately tried to be a comeback. Guardians down 7-0, down 8-1. They did score 4 more runs, and then they lost 8-5. Boy, Anthony Santander with 3 RBIs. He had a triple. They didn't hit a home run at all that game. Anthony Santander also had 2 doubles as well. Meanwhile, looking at the Orioles once again, if I can pull him up for a second, I apologize for this. Gunnar Henderson had 3 RBIs as well and 2 hits. He did not score, unlike Santander and Adam Frazier and Adley Rutschman. Meanwhile, Josh Naylor, 2 RBIs, bringing his RBI total up to 34. Josh Bell with 2 RBIs as well. And it's just been not really the best start for the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians have lost 6 out of their last 10, which isn't really that bad considering how the season's begun this year. But still sitting at a poor 24-30 record. But I still have faith in the Guardians. I don't know why. There's that one part of me that's thinking to myself, they're going to catch fire soon. They're going to catch fire soon. They're going to catch fire soon. They're only 3.5 out of the division, despite a weak 24-30 record. I cannot believe it. That is right, folks. That is so hard to believe. The Guardians have the 4th worst record in the American League Central and still have a fair shot at winning the division. My goodness. But still, 2.5 ahead of the White Sox for 3rd place, 1.5 behind the Tigers for 2nd, 3.5 out of the Twinkies for the division lead, and of course a critical and crucial 4-game set Target Field when the Guardians played the Twins. Hopefully they can at least split that series. That would be a decent victory for the Guardians. But you know what? Hopefully they catch fire soon, because a 24-30 record. But fortunately, the birthday guy, the birthday kid, Shane Bieber, is on the mound today. Don't know who's on the mound for Baltimore, but what I do know is that Shane Bieber should have himself a good one. Hopefully, he is 4-3 on the season, 3.04 ERA, and of course 49 strikeouts, which we already mentioned. And then time for the Eastern Conference Finals, because we can talk about that. Yes, sir. Sorry about that, folks. Game 5, Celtics won 110-97. Derek White, 24 points. Jason Tatum, 21 points. We'll get to that picture in a second. 8 rebounds, 11 assists. No Miami Heat player had 20 points or more. Heat were never winning in Game 5, and Miami had a better field goal percentage than Boston, ironically enough. And then Game 6, one of the craziest finishes I have ever seen, in which Boston picks up the win 104-103. Jason Tatum, 31 points, 12 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, 26 points, 10 rebounds. Jimmy Butler sank 3 free throws to give Miami the lead with 3 seconds, exactly 3 seconds to go. And then, of course, Derek White made an improbable buzzer beater to win the game and force Game 7. He literally got his shot off with 1/10 of a second left. I couldn't believe it. 1/10 of a second. It was clearly good. He got it off. It was insane. But what was also insane was how horrible the shooting was for Boston on Memorial Day last Monday, when they just looked absolutely atrocious. That's right. The Heat will prevent the comeback from happening by defeating the Boston Celtics 103-84. Jimmy Butler, 28 points. He's trying to trademark the nickname Himmy Buckets. And then Caleb Martin had himself a good game with 26 points. And get this, the Celtics were absolutely terrible. 21.4% three-point field goal shooting. Good Lord, that is absolutely awful. And they shot 39% from the field. On the contrary, Miami shot 50% from three-point land and 48.8% for the entire contest, which is definitely a stark contrast. Boston did get to single digits in the third quarter, made it a 7-point game, but then the fourth quarter, Miami just ran away with it, showing no mercy. And Jimmy Butler won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. They are the first play-in team to reach the NBA Finals, which is so hard to believe because Chicago almost beat them in the play-in tournament. Good Lord. Heat will play the finals. He will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy, for the 7th time in franchise history. Of course, this is their 7th appearance, they have not won 6 before. They've gone to it 6 times before. And they will play the Nuggets, who are in it for the first time ever. And the Heat are the second team joining the likes of the 1999 New York Knicks as the only number 8 seed to reach the NBA Finals, So we'll see who's going to come out on top. It should be a lot of fun. Anyways, we have 79 days to go till it's time for Highland football, and not just Highland football, but high school football as well. That is hard to believe. That is really hard to believe. And one of the exciting things about this year is that we have the Northeast Ohio versus America Showcase at Paul Brown Tigers Stadium, which is going to include Massillon, St. Ed's, Hoban, and Glenville, 4 of the most storied and historic schools out there in Northeast Ohio. They will be playing schools across the country in week 1. That will be a lot of fun, but I'm not looking forward to that one as much as I'm looking forward to Highland Hudson. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Highland Hudson. It should be a lot of fun because we are good at football. And, of course, I made a meme out of it because Northeast Ohio is going to cover it. In fact, everyone's going to cover it. It's Superintendent Chalmers saying, yes, and you will cover the Northeast Ohio versus America Showcase despite the fact the obvious big game being Highland Hudson, which is right there. fact, I did make a schedule for the Highland Hornets, which looks like this. We will get to it in a second. We will get to it a little later. But there it is, folks. Our schedule for the 2023 season. Highland Hudson might be the biggest game in all Northeast Ohio Week 1. I'm just saying, if you don't follow us at WHBW Sports, I highly suggest that you do. It's your one stop for all things Highland and Baldwin Wallace. We have 19 followers on Twitter. How many subscribers on YouTube? Let me check. I think 440 actually, not 439, which is hard to believe. But yeah, I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Let's go. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun this year. We will be covering hopefully every game. I don't know about the Highland Roosevelt game, but I do know for a fact that this is going to be a lot of fun, to say the least. You know, looking at everything out there for Highland Hudson, we'll see who wins it. 79 days to go. And don't worry, we will get you high school football predictions soon. And by soon, I believe once the NBA Finals are over, then we will get to the high school football prediction shows, in which we will predict a bunch of games and a bunch of schedules and a bunch of records. So there is that. That is really exciting, folks. I know for a fact this is going to be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, we'll see what happens. 79 days to go. 79 days to go till Friday Night Touchdown is back. The best show in all Northeast Ohio, which is really saying something. But you know what? We need to talk next week about the same things, the Guardians and the the NBA Finals. So until then, I'm Tommy Maroon, thanking you for watching, and I'll see you then.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.